Okay, welcome back for more of these Lostbelt 5.5 Heian-kyo. They just released it by today, and I heard that it may contain some spoilers in Shimoza in Singularity 1.5 for those who do not beat this and didn't follow along with the story, because there are several Shimoza servants that will be here in Heian-kyo. Might be a good time if you want to read it for yourself. Otherwise, you don't care about that story, then you're free to watch my video and follow along with the story thing. But just keep in mind, it may contain some spoilers that you have not met that servants before. Anyway, let's not waste any time and jump right in. Lostbelt 5.5, Naraka Mandala, Heian-kyo. The Shadow Borders now dock at Wandering Sea, Port 1. All Chaldea staff, please disembark at your earliest convenience. Great job out there, Shadow Border. That's right. It only took about 20 minutes from the time we anchored the Storm Border outside and made our way here in the Shadow Border. Thank you again, Nemo. I don't know what we would have done without your help. You're amazing. Well, I am Triton as well as Nemo. When it comes to navigating the ocean, you better believe I can hold my own against the Storm Border. I doubt my Nautilius will ever serve as strategy room for you guys again, but it's still nice to hear that. Well done out there, everyone. I have been eagerly awaiting your return. Congratulations on victory over the Atlantic Lostbelt. Not only did you succeed at your primary objective brilliantly, you even brought back a more fascinating souvenir than I could ever have imagined. That battleship out there is simply fantabulous. The data you sent painted a truly spectacular picture, but now that I have seen it in person, your data hardly did it justice. While I can certainly understand how you feel, Miss Scion, I'm afraid I must ask that you postpone indulging your curiosity a bit longer. I believe you are already aware of the situation, and of the next move we need to make. You had better believe it. Not to worry. Our next mission is right up my alley as well. I see. My apologies. I should have known Atlas' resident child prodigy would already have the matter well in hand. Mr. Soapfrost, Director Gordov, Miss Curelight, and Mr. M. May I suggest we take this opportunity to roll up our sleeves and return to our respective positions? What the? How'd you know my handle, Holmes? Don't tell me you're addicted to online games too? Why, I won't deny I have my own vices. Online games are not among them. Indeed, I still have very little experience when it comes to video games. No, that was just a small demonstration of my skill. While I may not have been at my best in Olympus, I am still the best. I am still the world's foremost detective, you see. By virtue of my profession, reviewing secrets comes as naturally to me as breathing does to you. Ugh, you really are the worst, aren't you? Nope, not buying it. I think it's more like a fetish than it is anything to do with your job. Now, that's enough of that, Agilo. His choice of topic aside, the point is, Holmes has proven that his detective skills are still sharp. And I, for one, am most encouraged to see you, Administrative Advisor. Just make sure you keep your magnifying glasses away from my own private affairs. It's wonderful to see everyone so relaxed again. I think we all started feeling less tense on the way back from Olympus, and it looks like I was right. Yeah, we were all under a ton of stress for a long time. You're really not supposed to chit-chat on the dock, you know. Besides, last I checked, you Chaldeans are supposed to be getting ready to tackle the next Lostbelt. For all we know, this could be the last time we get to come back to the base like this. So I encourage you all to head back to your rooms and rest up for what's to come. Oh yes, you certainly don't have to tell me twice. I've been looking forward to putting my feet up on my fluffy bed and drifting off without having to worry about being woken up by emergency alert for ages now. Oh yes, by the way, Captain. Shouldn't my gorgeous director's office be done by now? Huh? What? Oh, right. How could I forget? How's that coming along, Scion? Yes, of course it is all done. However, as luck would have it, I just began further renovations a few minutes ago with the aim of making it even more gorgeous than before. In the meantime, Gordon, I would ask that you continue to look forward to the office of your dreams. From the comfort of Storehouse 3 for the time being.
I don't believe it. She clearly forgot all about me, but instead of admitting her mistake, she's chosen to power straight through with a 1,000-watt smile.
So, what are you and Da Vinci gonna do now, Captain? I'm gonna head right back to the storm border. It's still pretty unstable, even with all the renovations we've made in Atlantis. I need to shore it up so it can eventually operate even without my presence, or the storm borders for that matter. I see. So you'll be replacing virtual pods currently supported by the Aronnax Phantasm with real ones. It seems then that you have a great deal of welding ahead of you. Yeah. Once that's done, I have to replace the central control system with something that doesn't depend on the shadow border, so we stop piling more work onto Da Vinci. I take it everything's ready to go, Scion? You know it. I already finished moving your things out so you can focus all your energy on construction. What does that all mean exactly? It means that both Captain and Da Vinci will be staying on the storm border for the time being. In the meantime, the rest of us will remain here at Chaldea Base to prepare for the next Lostbelt operation. Mr. Silfrost, your task will be training to further improve your master capabilities. Miss Curelight, you'll be fine-tuning the Ortonox. And Miss Scion and I will begin investigating and analyzing the foreign god in earnest. You can do that? Only with the information we currently have available. But yes, my first order of business will be to peruse the animal spirit records we brought along from Chaldea's Antarctic base. These records should contain information on former director Olga Marie, who has now returned in the form of the foreign god, and of her father, Sir Maurice Bury, the founder of Chaldea. In that sense, I suppose it will be an internal affairs investigation of sorts. As for Miss Scion, she will be... Say no more! You want me to observe and examine everything I can about the external side? The foreign god that now exists on our planet?
You can do that? Now look, you surprised me so much I reacted in this exact same way as Silfrost.
So you did. It was very entertaining to watch. Anyway, yes, I can indeed determine the foreign god's whereabouts now. In fact, I have already done so. Always within Trismegistus II's analytical capabilities. You may think of them as being analogous to Sheba from the original Chaldea if that helps. As we speak, the foreign god signal has left the Atlantic Lostbelt and moved to the South American one, where it is holding position. After I had Trismegistus II analyze the time-lapse footage, it concluded that it could not observe a future where the signal would leave South America while the world was in its current bleached state. Which means we can expect the foreign god to remain in South America for the time being. If she's not moving for South American Lostbelt, then... Crystalia's magecraft injured her so badly she can no longer move? That would be the most reasonable conclusion. I can think of no other reason for the foreign god to refrain from attacking us.
Then this is the perfect chance to strike back. If we go after her now while she's still injured, then...
Sorry, Gordy, but I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, hey guys! Hope you don't mind me jumping in remotely. That's right, it's me, Da Vinci. I'm currently examining a storm border along with the Nemo Marines. What? Hey, cut that out, Marine D. Those are my skates, damn it. I swear, why are you guys always messing with me? 'Cause we're both riders, which makes us rivals, and there's no way we're gonna let you win without a fight. Since you've got the land covered, and we've got the sea, whoever ends up controlling the sky will win it all. That's why one of these days, we're gonna have Captain Nemo fight you to see who gets to keep the storm border. Come on, Marines, winner takes all. Let's win this thing. Huh? What are you guys even talking about? Just ignore them, Da Vinci. More importantly, wasn't there something you wanted to tell us? Oh, right. I almost forgot. You know, Captain, it wouldn't kill you to keep these guys in line. Anyway, speaking in my capacity as technical advisor, I have to strongly advise against trying to attack the foreign guard in South America right now. Even if she really is as badly injured as we're assuming, we'd still be no match for her. At least, not yet. Based on what we observed the Olympus, the foreign guard spear urgent output is on the order of a third-class planet. In other words, she's the strongest being we've seen since Beast 1, Gyatxia, and his second-class planet-level power. We just don't have anything powerful enough to destroy something like that, even if the storm border were in perfect condition. So if we tried to go into South America now, never mind beating her, just surviving would be a miracle. If anything, we should be grateful that things are at a stalemate right now. The strongest being we've seen since Gyatxia. True, when we fought Gyatxia, we were only able to defeat him thanks to a number of extenuating circumstances. But what about the Black Barrow? Could it not do something against the foreign guard, no matter the scale of her lifespan? As much as I would love to say that my darling Black Barrow is up to the task, I am afraid I cannot. To begin, it is possible that the foreign guard simply does not fit our perception of common sense. You see, Black Barrow can only measure the longevity of something understood by creatures of Earth. We simply have no guarantee that the same rules apply to the foreign guard. That said, I suppose it is at least possible, given that we are able to communicate with them. But even then, I doubt that the Black Barrow's accomplishments measure will be able to get a full read on the foreign guard's lifespan. Oh, and why is that? Isn't a Black Barrow designed precisely to turn those sorts of differences in capability on their heads? Well, think about it. The foreign guard whipped up a gravitational field like it was nothing, remember? We are talking about it being capable of creating black holes. My engineering simply cannot compete. You all know about black holes, right? They are basically pitfalls of pure darkness that suck up anything in their vicinity. I say pitfall, but in metaphorical sense, there is no falling involved. They exert a gravitational force on anything within range. The reason they are called black holes is because not even light can escape the pole, which makes them as dark as it is physically possible to be. The speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second, and with our current understanding of the laws of physics, we are unable to exceed it. So there is just no way for anything I could engineer to keep up with an opponent who can toss out black holes with hardly any effort.
Really? Granted, that gravitational field was quite the force to be reckoned with. Does this mean there's just nothing we can do against someone with black holes in their arsenal?
No, that is not quite accurate. I am not saying that black holes are strong simply by virtue of their nature. In fact, increasing gravity is actually very simple. All one has to do is compress mass and raise its density. For example, if we could compress Earth's mass to the size of a fingertip, it would become a black hole. So the mechanics behind a black hole's creation are clearly understood. We simply lack the engineering skill to create one. Even as we speak, new black holes are forming throughout the universe. They are the inevitable result of what happens when a large star reaches the end of its life cycle and collapses under its own weight. They are a part of stellar life, and as such, they occur throughout the universe on a daily basis. In other words, the foreign guard is using the same mechanism as the cosmos itself, which means even the very scales we employ must use completely different units of measurement than hers. Is that correct? I'm afraid so. The Black Barrow is designed for fighting life forms, regardless of how powerful those life forms may be. But unfortunately for us, humanity has yet to devise a calculation that is not only capable of measuring the lifespan of celestial objects, but then using that measurement as a weapon. The only reason we were able to use it to defeat the gods of Olympus is because they were part of a theory that only worked in the Lostbelt. Put differently, because they were once a foundational factor of human history. Then, There's no way for us to use the Black Barrel to stop the foreign guard, since it uses its target's own longevity as ammunition. Correct. Our battle with the foreign guard will be determined solely by how much energy we are able to produce. So if our opponent is outputting as much energy as your average star, we will need to come up with a weapon that can match and exceed it.
Easier said than done.
I suggest we leave that topic for a later time. For the moment, stabilizing the storm border is our top priority.
But even if we get the storm border in perfect working order, what good would it do if we don't have any useful weapons to bring to bear?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. We do have some idea of where we might find such a weapon, don't we, Da Vinci?
Maybe? I mean, yeah, if you only talk about where to look, that's part in a bag. But actually getting our hands on it, that's a whole other story.
That's quite alright, Da Vinci. We'll have plenty of time to figure that out. In the meantime, there's something I'd like to ask you regarding Cadux and Lupus. Is it true that he gave you something before you put him in the recovery pod?
Oh, that. I'm surprised you know about that, Holmes. Who spilled the beans anyway? Oh, that'd be me. You're talking about the memory chip, right? I'm the one who told him about it, and how it probably had records of the crypto's communications. Bet you are, Moonier.
That chip contains all sorts of communication logs between Chris Chariot and the other cryptors. I'm pretty sure Caddock copied them himself. Most of it was about the Atlantic Lostbelt, so it's all pretty useless now. There were 2 bits I found interesting though.
Oh? And what were those?
First, that the attack on our world began with the bleached earth phenomenon, not the trees of emptiness. And second, that the bleached earth phenomenon's point of origin was in North America, in Area 51.
Huh. So, the trees of emptiness came after Earth was wiped clean?
We may not have a great deal of information at this point, but nonetheless, Da Vinci, would you be so kind as to send that data over to me as well?
Sure thing. Knock yourself out! Alright, that's all from me for now. The storm murder isn't going to improve itself after all. So Frost, Mash, I know things aren't easy right now, but try not to let them get you guys down, okay? Don't worry, you'll feel a lot less anxious once you've had a good rest and gotten back into the swing of things with your training. I might not get to see you guys for a while, but the next time I do, I look forward to seeing how much you've grown. Da Vinci already brought up everything I wish to, so there's not much left for me to say. Now that the foreign god has arrived on Earth, the situation has changed dramatically. However, that does not mean we should panic. For the moment, the best thing we can do is to keep our heads down and focus exclusively on what we are able to affect. For myself and Holmes on the analysis team, that means studying the enemy and coming up with a plan. For the field team, namely, Subfrost, Mash, and the Border's crew, that means equal parts training and recuperation. No need to worry. According to Trismegistus 2's prognostications, the world should remain perfectly intact for at least another month. And as the Atlas Institute's resident genius, that gives me more than enough time to come up with a plan guaranteed to succeed. So I encourage you all to kick back, relax, and enjoy this standby time as best you can. Roger. Fifth year of Kanko, Heian-kyo.
The moon is watching. It's the dead of night. The time when humans lay fast asleep, and wild beasts await with bated breath. As the moon alone looks down upon the capital reverberating with evil. Reverberating with evil, I would say, yeah. This is Heian-kyo, the land of marvels. Like the British Isles, mystic creatures still roam the lands and peerless heroes hunt them down. It is in this nightmarish realm that myth still draws breath. For example, Saiji, located on the southwest end of Heian-kyo's central area. It was rebuilt only recently after a fire burned it to the ground many years ago. And it is said that the Minister of the Left may have read a poem in its honor during its reopening ceremony. Speaking of Minister of the Left Fujiwara, he is one of the Emperor's most trusted aides. A striking figure in both body and deed, indeed. None embodies the capital's prosperity or authority better than him. As such, Saiji, with its close connection to him, is a place of miracles. Or at least, it should have been. Instead, it was home to rage, to malice. Indeed, as the moon looks down, a vicious monster, practically the embodiment of loathing, roams the sacred ground of this holy temple. Shut up! Just shut up already! Some great evil spirit threatening the Imperial Palace and all of Heian-kyo you turned out to be. You're just another boring old evil spirit who turned tail and ran at the sight of the 4 Heavenly King statues at Toji. Cheeky little punk. Stop it! With one swing of his blade, the battle was over before it began. In a flash, the supposedly great evil spirit's formless body was scattered to the 4 winds. Ha! Done and done! This is what it means to be a brave warrior. A Heian warrior. He is part of the last line of defense keeping the people of these Far East Islands safe from the multitude of wicked monsters that threaten its peace. Nope, that wasn't it either. What am I missing? Things were never like this back when I was living on a mountain. What's wrong? What do I got? Damn it, this just ain't gonna cut it. Guarding the city? That's hardly a task worthy of one of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings. Damn it, at this rate, I'll never be able to be a master. A master, huh? There's something about that just doesn't sit right with me either. How'd you ever make your peace with it, Brother Tsuna? The Horikawa, Main Street, Ichijo, Modori Bashi Bridge. Hachi wielding man. You there, young lady.
Yes, officer? What can I do for you at this hour of the night?
Officer, huh? I suppose I can see why you would mistake me for one. But no, I am an officer no longer. I am a warrior, a retainer from Setsu.
Then, does that mean you're the famous sword fighter from the Genji family?
I see you are well informed indeed, young lady. In that case, I trust you also already know that the Minister of the Left has tasked the Genji family with defending the city from any who would threaten it.
Yes, of course! None of our city residents would still be alive today if it weren't for the warriors of Genji. Thank you so much for all you've done for us. If there's anything I can do to show my appreciation, O valiant warrior, you need but say the word.
Very well then. In that case, I would like a dance.
Did you sing a dance?
I did. The moon is rather clear tonight. I would like you to dance atop the bridge so I may watch you alongside the moon's reflection on the water's surface.
Hmm?
Do you still not understand what I mean? You would do well to peer into the water. Perhaps if you had not taken such undue pride in this transformation, Ibaraki, you might have noticed you forgot to change your shadow to match.
You! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you! How dare you! You tricked me! You knew who I was, and you tricked me into embarrassing myself! If this means you had me figured out from the start, then I'll kill you! You're dead, you hear me? Dead! Grr, I hate you so much. That's it. Tonight's the night I finally bite your head off, gouge your eyes out, skin you alive, and leave your mutilated corpse hanging for everyone on Suzaku Avenue to see. You hear me, Sona? Hey, look at me when I'm threatening you. You're supposed to tremble at my fangs, shudder at my claws, and beg for mercy at my feet. How dare you look at me and see someone else sooner? Look at me! Look at me, damn it! Why, you? My, little Tsuna. Are you so terrified of me that you can't move? Good. That's more like it. Yes, that's right. I've grown stronger since that night. Much stronger. I learned a lot on Mountain Ui, Tsuna. In the time I spent with Shuten, I learned everything I needed to know about being a better Oni. And I'm just getting started. One of these days, I'm gonna lead every Oni in all of Japan. As the pair of Oni kings of Mountain Ui, Shuten and I will descend from on high, wipe out you, Genji, and devour every last person on the face of the earth.
Is that all you have to say, Ibaraki? Then it seems you still have yet to catch on. You're clearly a long ways off from rivaling Shuten as a leader of the Oni world.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Neither your flames nor your claws came close to injuring me. For that matter, in case you hadn't noticed, I haven't even opened my eyes for a while now.
You! Gah! How dare you make a mockery of me, you! Human! Curse you, Tsuna!
Ibaraki,
Ah! My arm! You cut out my right arm! Ah! Oh God, it hurts! It hurts! Damn you! You bastard! Sona! Huh? What do you think you're doing now? Why did you shut your sword? Why aren't you coming for my head next? Come at me again, damn it! Go on, I dare you. The next time you swing your sword at me, that's when I'll bite your head off. I mean it!
it seems there is no servant to be found here. And you have yet to use a single support spell, even after having your arm cut off. So clearly, you are not a master.
Huh? Masters? Servants? What are you talking about?
You have no caster aiding you. You are just a lone Oni, nothing more. As such, I have no further quarrel with you.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, Tsuna. But you said I'm just a lone Oni? Nothing more? I can't believe you tried to trick me with that kind of nonsense. I hate you even more now.
A smokescreen made of fire. And then she hid. If nothing else, Ibaraki, you do get better at turning tail each time we meet.
Next time, I'm gonna take my arm back, and then I'm gonna kill you. It'll be our last meeting. You have my word on that, Suna, my hated rival. Don't you dare forget it.
So, she's returned to the mountain. Caster.
Yes, Master. Her magical energy was far beyond that of an ordinary human, but it also didn't belong to a servant. Perhaps she was a phantasmal or...
She's an Oni. Right. Of course. You never had such creatures in that land you hail from. Ibaraki and I have something of a history, as you may have guessed. But never mind that now. For the time being, I shall hold onto this arm myself.
Understood.
So, that is what it feels like to have one's senses enhanced with magecraft. Magnificent work, Caster. As you can see, I remain without a scratch even after facing off with an Oni.
Don't be ridiculous, Lord Suna. All I did was cast a simple spell to temporarily enhance your senses. You're the one who evaded those fearsome attacks without any physical enhancements or protection from claw and flame. And what's more, you did so entirely with your eyes closed. It was truly an incredible feat if ever I've seen one, Master.
Hardly. Anyone who carries a sword could. Well, maybe not. But I will say that any warriors at the top of the art, that is, any of Raiko's 4 heavenly canes, could do as much. Or, at least, they should. Alright, my caster. Let us be off. We have more quarry we must find tonight.
Yes, Master. Understood.
Yeah, excuse me.
Singularity. We've got a singularity on our hands. But as I've mentioned many times, I'm very much a layman when it comes to singularities. Plus, I really don't want to get involved with them if at all possible. So while usually I would be sitting back and enjoying an elegant cup of tea back in my gorgeous director's office, currently still under construction. The circumstances apparently being what they are, I decided to at least put in a brief appearance here. In regards to the singularity itself, I'll let my technical and administrative advisors handle the briefing. Alright, technical advisor, have at it. I'll be watching over the proceedings from a safe, supervisory distance. Thanks, Gordy. I'll take it from here. Ah, is that your way of welcoming foe? Thanks. Alright, so Frost and Mash, ready to get this briefing started? Ready.
I'm good to go.
Now, don't be hasty. So, this latest singularity was first observed about 13 minutes ago. Of course, with Earth currently bleached clean of human history, the only kinds of singularities that can occur now are minute ones. Or so we thought. Do you remember what Scion told us about minute singularities? Basically, the worst that can happen with an unrepaired minute singularity is that it causes a few minor problems when Earth is restored to normal. But that's not the case here. This is the real deal. A genuine, full-blown, capital S singularity. A real singularity? You mean like the original 7 singularities?
Huh?
Precisely. Which means this singularity represents a grave threat to humanity, even with Earth in its current bleached state. The fact that the singularity has appeared as a plot of black stagnation even on this empty Earth suggests that its influence is far-reaching indeed. That is the unfortunate conclusion Trismegistus 2 has reached.
Black stagnation.
black stagnation. How can I put this? It's basically like a giant sunspot. That's the kind of stagnation we're talking about.
But didn't the genius of the Atlas Institute say we had at least a month?
An excellent point, which is why I think you should hear what she has to say for herself. Go ahead, Scion.
I am so sorry. Please, just forget everything I said about the world remaining intact for a month. The thing about singularities is, the only people who can predict them are the ones who cause them. That is why even Getcha ended up being undone by them. They are like insects eating holes in your map before you are even aware of their existence. Anyway, there you have it. I will let the singularity professionals take it from here. Good luck fixing this one and restoring humanity.
Makes sense now, Frost? So, your mission this time is to investigate and eliminate this dark spot in human history. The singularity is located in Japan during the Heian period, in the 5th year of Kanko, or 1008 by the Georgian calendar, the early 11th century. More specifically, it's located in the city we now call Kyoto. Though at the time, it was commonly referred to as Kyo or Miyako, meaning the capital.
Kyoto?
Perhaps it would be easiest to simply refer to it as Heian-kyo, as in Heian period Kyoto.
Heian, that's the period Raiko, Kentucky, Shuten Doji, Ibaraki Doji, Murasaki Shikabu, and Sei Shonagun all come from.
Now that's golden! Did somebody say Heian-kyo in the 5th year of Kanko, no less? Now you're really golden! Speaking my language. That time's right around when the Genji warriors were in our prime. As I recall, that was just before our big Ui Oni cleanup operation. Which means you can expect to see yours truly. So ya better believe me, and Boss Raiko are gonna be all over this. Well, I know Raiko's kinda busy getting things ready now, but I'm sure she'd come running in a flash if you gave the word, Master.
Kentucky means golden time, right? Then this really is your time to shine.
Hell yeah!
That's true. You almost surely know this Heian-kyo place better than anyone. And if we could meet up with your historical counterpart, I bet you'd be perfect for getting him to cooperate with us and share what he knows. So I agree that having you come along would be ideal, if it were possible.
What's the matter, short stuff? Why the long face?
Well, the thing is...
Hello everyone, long time no see.
Puma Kotaru, at your service.
Kato Danzo, likewise.
Ah, where did you two come from? Oh boy. What is it with ninja servants always popping up where you least expect them? Sure, I might be able to handle surprise thanks to the nerves of steel cultivated during a lifetime of racing. But you could have easily caused Mont Saint Michael here to die of shock. Toby's not even sticking to the food theme anymore.
I am so sorry, Director Goda. I promise I will be more careful from now on.
Good. But, only within reason, of course. I am aware you ninjas are all about stealth, after all.
Master, Lord Kentucky, Lord Goda, other distinguished guest. Will you please hear what we have to say?
What's all this about?
Well, you see, Lady Danzo and I sensed something was wrong at almost exactly the same time. 30 minutes ago.
The same time that the singularity appeared.
Right. Both Lady Danzo and I were momentarily overcome by the exact same sensation. A sensation like hearing a squirming insect, which we think is directly connected to Limbo, the alter ego.
Limbo, huh? I've heard the stories about him too, Master. And it sure as hell sounds like he's one of the most ungolden bastard ever. He basically shows up out of nowhere and tries to pull some seriously ungolden shit on you guys all the time, right? From what I've heard, it sounds like he's a deathbringer from Ashiya Duman. Of course, I can't say for sure if he's the same Ashiya Duman I knew, but I do know for sure that he was hanging out in Kyo right around the year 1008. That said, I get the feeling that he didn't start competing with Abe no Saimei, or going down a seriously deranged path until a little later on.
Oh, him, that clown person.
Limbo.
Limbo is truly a wicked creature. And yeah, I get a strong sense that he and I are entwined by threads of fate.
I feel the same. What's more, when I heard you all mention Heian-kyo, that feeling only grew stronger. So please, Master, please, let us come with you on this journey so that we may cut the threads of fate that bind us to him once and for all.
Fate? Well, I can certainly understand how you must feel, but I'm afraid we can't make the call on that alone. What do you say, Technical Advisor? Sending contracted heroic spirits along on the race ship may work for pseudo-singularities and minute ones. But were you ever able to send them to a real singularity that easily? Because as far as I can recall, you could only race ship with 2 people at most.
Well, of course, being able to race ship contracted heroic spirits from our time would be a huge advantage on any mission. But as our director so rightly pointed out, we're usually not able to have contracted heroic spirits tag along.
Huh?
While there have been servants with extremely rare skills that let them race ship into singularities on their own. For the most part, it just isn't possible. Since most heroic spirits can't race ship on their own, the only choice is to sync up with Master. As for how we determine whether even that's a possibility, it all comes down to a singularity's essence. By which I mean, how harshly it treats elements that didn't originally exist in that history. To put it another way, how many gaps it has through which foreign elements might slip in. For example, if a singularity were to occur at a crucial point in human history, there would be almost no room to bend the rules regarding on what sort of outside elements were allowed. But I mean, a singularity's restrictions aren't nearly so, well, strict. Which means there's room to fudge things, presumably allowing us to race shift contracted heroic spirits in alongside Master. The same mostly holds true for pseudo-singularities too. We've seen some cases where select heroic spirits were able to race shift along thanks to their bonds, temperament, traits, or other unique characteristics. For example, with the Agartha incident, Astolfo and the Eon had no problem tagging along. In Salem, we managed to send Robin Hood, Sanson, and Matahari. With the Shinjuku case, we could have technically sent a few servants along. But they ended up unable to race shift all the way there thanks to a certain professor's interference.
Alright, so what's the deal with this one? Can we go along or not?
I'm afraid that would be really challenging for this singularity. Well, I say challenging, but it's really more like impossible. As far as I can tell from the numbers I got with the Paper Moon, there are no servants who could accompany Sopras on. This is a Storm Border command room calling from our anchor point. Do you read me, Da Vinci? I've been following along remotely, so don't worry about catching me up. Sion's actually touching the Paper Moon right now, and she says she has some new information about your current topic. Go ahead, Sion. She's here flapping her gums like a guppy. Like a guppy? I admit that is a very cute expression, but you are aware I do not have gills, right? Oh, right, the report. I was inspecting the Paper Moon. and heard your discussion of heroic spirits and the probability of race shift. So out of sheer curiosity, I decided to try running some new numbers, and the results were interesting. Interesting you say? Oh, yes, very interesting. It is not a result I would ever have expected to get on the first try. It is almost as though someone is extending an invitation for the relevant parties to come along.
Look, that says, what is she talking about? Huh? Looks, that says, how the hell should I know?
Aww.
Special translation, is it bacon time yet?
Ah, it is wonderful to see you guys acting in such solidarity. It makes you all seem more dependable than ever. But now is not the time for heartwarming scenes. No, definitely not. So I will jump straight to the point. The good news is, I happen to observe two spirit urchins that should have no problem whatsoever, race shifting with Silfrost to the singularity. The assassin Fuma Kotaru and Kato Danzo. The bad news is, those are the only two. The rest of the Heian servants, including Kentucky, are a no-go, as are servants from other regions and time periods.
Gotcha.
Look, Kentucky.
Nah, don't worry about it. It is what it is, right? The only thing that matters is that you two keep Boss safe. Between you two and Mash, he'll have a golden shield and spears at his command. Make sure you do the rest of us proud out there, alright? I'm counting on ya, Evil Wind and Black Kite.
Understood. Right.
As for the rest of us, well, you better believe we'll show up to help fight battles and stuff. I've also got some golden advice I want to impart before ya head out. If you're headed for 5th year Kanko era Heian-kyo, then yours truly, well, actually, a few of our living selves are sure to be there somewhere. So make damn sure you find us, no matter what. If you can just track us down and explain the whole singularity deal to our living selves, well, I can at least promise that Raiko and me are sure to believe you. Protecting human worlds the Genji clan's sworn duty, after all. And Raiko in particularly do anything to keep people safe, even if that means she's gotta swallow what's gonna sound like a whole bunch of nonsense. Alright, that's all I got. Sorry, I'm gonna be more help. Good luck, boss. I'll be golden rooting for ya.
Thanks, Kentucky. I'll do my golden roots.
No problem, boss.
How, fool?
I see you're raring to go too, foe.
I'm not letting that little furball tag along on yet another mission. It's staying right here this time. Think about it. What if it gets lost and left behind at this latest race ship destination? It could end up single-handedly ruining Japan's natural ecosystems.
Fool.
What? Well, what is it, furball? You have something to say to me? Administrative advisor, technical advisor, I'll take care of this brute with no sense of self-preservation. In the meantime, go ahead and brief the field team on the specifics of the operation. Rah!
Aww.
Yes, a 3 and 4 star servant out of protection. Yeah.
Alright, let's get to it, shall we? Sopras, Miss Curelight, Bruma Kotaru, Kato Danzo. Your mission is to investigate and repair the singularity in Heian-kyo in the year 1008. That is the long and short of it.
It'll basically be business as usual. Find the Holy Grail that's causing the singularity and bring it back home. And like Kentucky said earlier, he and Raiko's living selves should be there. So do everything you can to make contact with them, as they're sure to be a huge help. Oh, and one more thing. In regards to this particular Holy Grail's whereabouts, we actually have something of a hint this time. Limbo. Based on what we know about him, there's every possibility that he managed to procure a Holy Grail and spawn the singularity using methods we could never predict. Limbo, the alter ego. Every now and then, you come across people who will give up everything if it means causing as much destruction as possible. These kind of people leech the life from everything around them. They refuse to see the worth in anything, themselves included, and stick solely to hurting and killing. So be careful, cause I suspect that's the kind of threat Limbo might be too. And we can't afford to let him slow us down when we've still got a whole bleached earth to restore.
Don't worry, I'll be back as soon as I've got the Holy Grail. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's time to settle the score with Limbo once and for all.
Excellent. In the meantime, we'll continue to work on stabilizing the storm border with real-world materials. I'm afraid we are still woefully unprepared to send you on your way. In fact, you are almost certainly walking into a trap. But all the same, this is not a problem we can run from. For the time being, it seems unlikely that foreign god will remove from South America, and Limbo appears to be the only external force behind this latest singularity. Which means that right now, he is operating independently. And so, trap or not, we cannot afford to miss this chance when we know he will be without reinforcements. Ideally, I would love to interrogate him to extract every iota of information he knows about the foreign god. But I cannot imagine he would willingly comply with any demand we might make. At any rate, remember this, your primary mission for this race shift is not only to repair this singularity, it is also to eliminate a key figure of the foreign god's forces before the foreign god herself intervenes.
Understood.
You can count on me, sir.
Alright, all hands, prepare for a race shift. I want all of Novum Chaldea on standby ready to help out as needed. Your destination is the southwest district of Heian-kyo. We'll initiate the race shift in 15 minutes. That is all. Got it. Come on, Nash.
Right, senpai.
Oh.
Alright, let's kick his ass. Yep. Here we are, Lostbelt 5.5. Thunderous Flash. Boy, sure is nighttime. Alright. Shibo. 5th year of Kanko Heian-kyo.
What is this place? Did the race ship work? Mash? Kotaro? Danzo?
My apologies, but no, I am not MASH. It is I, Danzo. I have scanned our surroundings and can confirm that our race shift to the Heian Imperial capital was successful. However, in regards to Lady Mash and Lord Kotaru, I cannot see them anywhere.
So it's just me and Kato Danzo, Robo-Girl.
Nor can I sense their magical energy signals. I also cannot find any signs of their presence, such as footprints in Lady Mash's case or shinobi ciphers in Lord Kotaru's. This is truly baffling. According to my pre-installed map data, I can confirm we are in an uninhabited area in Heian-kyo Southwest District. However, given Lady Mash and Lord Kotaru's absence, and the fact that I am unable to contact Novum Chaldea, I am forced to conclude that you and I are the only ones to have arrived at our destination successfully.
Then something must have messed with our race shift.
Yes, I think so too. Master, as a countermeasure against interference in a race shift, we were employing presence concealment. Lady Da Vinci came up with the idea using the interference data collected from the Shinjuku pseudo-singularity. Sabers could use magic resistance, Caster could use territory creation, and so on for each class. Naturally, both Lord Kotaru and I used the skills we were directed to during this race shift. But just before the race shift ended, I felt an odd disturbance in my magical energy, almost as though I had run into a bounded field.
That must be what interfered with Mash and Kotaru's race shift.
Yes, I believe so. As a matter of fact, I happened to sense Lord Kotaru's magical energy, though only for a moment. This is only speculation on my part, but I think Lord Kotaru may have acted as a decoy to draw the enemy's attention. If that's true, I can only assume he wanted you to have at least one servant by your side, rather than none.
I see. So he sent you on ahead to help me.
I believe so, yes. A painful reminder that there are areas where my skills are left wanting. Lord Kotaru, on the other hand, is a true shinobi. Anyway, let us take stock of our situation, Master. It seems clear that you and I were the only members of our party to successfully reach our destination. At present, Lady Mash and Lord Kotaru's whereabouts remain unknown. The race shift interference could have sent them both back to Novum Chaldea. Or they could have each arrived in different locations somewhere in Heian-kyo.
Let's start by doing what we can. We'll keep an eye out for Mash and Kotaru. And figure out a way to restore communications with Novum Chaldea.
Understood. Then let us get moving and begin our search for our teammates. Oh, and we should also try to find a local who can help us, such as Lady Raiko. As for the comms interference, our solutions will vary depending on the type of bounded field the enemy is using. If I can just find the bounded field's edge, or perhaps a seam, I should be able to re-establish contact.
In the meantime, we may as well get going.
Yes, Master. Wait, just a moment. I am detecting something in those shadows. No, multiple somethings, and I expect they could each contain a great deal of magical energy. So I would urge you to slowly, carefully, get behind me, please. I was too careless. How did I fail to notice these readings sooner? They must be assassins with presence concealment. But monsters are exceptionally skilled at hiding. Master, get behind me! Now!
What is that? What are those things? Get ready to fight, Danzo.
They appear to be enormous creatures with multiple legs. But more importantly, they are clearly hostile. Initiating combat routines. Unlocking out mechanical ninja arts. Since I cannot accurately ascertain their strength, I see no reason to hold back. I shall therefore employ every tool in my possession. Now, let us begin.
It's so weird. Yeah, it is kind of weird. We're in Singularity during that Lostbelt time. Oh great, app crashed. I went a little bit too fast.
今のうちに準備を白兵せいきます。えい田島様圧倒しま承知。いざ出陣 VR 新影竜奥義東映が吹ち太陽剣オールクリアにございますれば。
Wouldn't Limbo have just not have Raiko or Kentucky existing singularity? Well, I'm pretty sure it must have some sort of like a timeline thing, like if something changes or it could potentially ruin it, then it may have changed their life existing or something like that. Uh-oh.
You fell for my decoy. Through my missile! A mass of black blades? Master!
Oof. You got a bit of cut under boob right there, Kato Danzo.
This is nothing. Alright, foul spider monsters. Try this on for size. Evil wind, death storm! Are you alright, Master?
What about you? You're obviously hurt.
Oh, no. This is not a problem.
Okay.
As you can see, my self-repair function remains intact. I will be fine. There's nothing to worry about, since my spirit cord remains undamaged. Rest assured, I am not about to fall now. If Lady Mash and Lord Kotaru are not here, then it falls to me to keep you just as safe as they were.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you're alright.
Thank you, Master. But I assure you, this is not sufficient to harm any shinobi. All that aside, these creatures we encountered were truly terrifying opponents. I do not have many records of these large spider creatures in my database, nor do I remember seeing them myself during the Age of War. It is as though they are demonic beasts straight from the Age of Gods. Or at least, that is the closest thing they remind me of from the many opponents I have fought in the simulator.
I can't believe those things are just a fact of life in Heian period Japan.
Agreed. Lady Da Vinci has told me that Japan was home to many ancient mystics. Even during the Age of War, I remember seeing Oni and monsters. But even so, I never would have expected such ferocious beasts to be wandering around the city only a few hundred years earlier. If this is indication of the current state of affairs, this land may be far more nightmarish than we have dared imagine. Truth be told, I am still reeling from the shock.
A nightmarish land, huh?
Indeed. I only hope we can win one over to our side soon. Such an ally would be a great boon. But on the chance they prove foe rather than friend, I will do everything. I will do whatever I must to protect Master, even if it should cost me my life.
Danzo?
Never mind. It is not important. No matter the opponents we face, my duty remains the same. I must keep Master safe. That is all that matters.
See, she's fully level, but in a skill, but her MP level is 3. That's just kind of whack out. Alright, time for this one.
Alright, Master. I have recorded all the information I can about the creatures we faced earlier. While they do use a skill similar in nature to present concealment, it is more akin to camouflage than the true concealment employed by an assassin. So as long as I make full use of my sensors, I should be able to boost my detection rate by a far greater degree than usual. Fuma scan! Kawakuri style! There. Those creatures will no longer take us by surprise.
Wow, you puppet kunoichi are amazing.
Thank you, Master. Anyway, there you have it. If any more spiders should try to approach us, I will know about it. That said, Master, if we're somewhere in the old capital and this place is truly as deserted as it appears, then we should make haste to leave before any other deadly creatures show their faces.
Good point. Let's find somewhere safe.
Then come, this way. Master, forgive me for speaking to you from out of sight. I have detected a new creature not far ahead. But worry not. I shall deal with it. In the meantime, please go around the creature and make your way towards the nearby road. I will give the creature the slip once you have made it there. If we are lucky, there may even be an officer or two out on patrol. Alright, I shall see you later.
Wait!
Yes, Master?
It's too risky to fight it alone. We're better off sticking together.
But, Master, that would put you in... Right. Understood. Forgive me, Master. I should have known better. That is just the kind of person you are, isn't it? Very well then. I will gladly fight by your side. I feel a twinge of shame using my more underhanded shinobi techniques in front of one so noble as you. But if that is the price I must pay to fight by your side, then so be it!
Once we take this thing down, we'll make a break for the road.
Understood!
Yeah, she's a robot.
大丈夫。落ち着いて。平成、普段通りの会ですから。今のうちに準備を。やだね。白平線、今のうちに準備を。シトラセキュー。了解。なるほど。転身開始。彼方への巡礼を。我が身は天の杯を抱えて飛ぶ邪竜なり。万物誘拐。 赤ピローがアルグリーズそこだ行くぞ我が英雄よ力をお借りする
Next. Dark Priest, alright.
追加への準備負けないぞなるほど ここでまっすぐ転身開始彼方への巡礼を我が身は天の杯を抱えて飛ぶ邪竜なり万物誘拐赤ピローがアルグリーズ
Easy.
ありがとうございます皆さんのおかげです
It's over! Take this!
You know, I think I've seen something like that thing before.
You have? Well, I have no recollection of the events of Shimosa myself. I did view them in Chaldea's database. And that creature we just faced does bear a great resemblance to those dark armored warriors from then.
I can't be certain, but I bet Limbo's involved here.
Yes, Master. I was just thinking the same thing. Oh! But never mind that now. For the moment, we need to get to the road as soon as possible. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, more exactly, my Heian-kyo circuits are picking up a faint. I knew this matched one of my records. This manner of camouflage involves manipulating the very earth itself. Master!
Another giant spider?
No! How could I be so careless?
Donzo! She's injured, and all to stop me from getting hurt.
Please, run for it, Master. I'll hold it off. You must make it to the road, quickly.
I'm not gonna let this thing to kill me. I promise.
Master, no!
Here in the nightmarish realm of Heian-kyo, it would not be at all out of the ordinary for a hapless young man defending his companion to be eaten alive by a vicious monster. Especially here in the far outskirts of Kyo, where great spiders known as Tsuchigumo prowl the land. These horrific beasts are truly the embodiment of all that is gruesome and wicked, of the cries of creatures that do not follow the rule of the Emperor. Indeed, any ordinary person facing one of these creatures could usually expect to meet a swift and horrible end, shredded and devoured all at once. But what if, while that person was under attack, a Genji warrior were to pass by? Well, I'm impressed you didn't abandon your companion to try and save your own skin. Not bad. Not bad at all. Still, you have rotten luck, crossing paths with the Tsuchigumo. Are you the child of one of the nearby warrior families? Or perhaps a relative of some court noble?
Stay back! It's not safe to face this creature alone. Please, seek help.
Help? You want me to call on for help? Me? Ask for help? That's the funniest thing I've heard in ages.
Why are you still standing around? Run!
That's enough out of you, spider.
Did he just cut it in two? But my senses didn't even see him move. Please, tell us. Who are you?
So, as terrifying as Tsuchigumo must be for you, you still faced it rather than collapsing in fear. And above all, your eyes still shine with life. You dress in a manner unlike anyone else from this land. Your supplies look as if they are not of this world. And the two of you clearly share a strong bond. I think I can even sense an unusual type of magical energy from you both. Yes, there is no mistaking it. You are a servant and a master, are you not?
Huh?
Who are you? You wish to know my name? Very well, I can tell you that much. I am the head of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings, Guardians of the Capital. I am the warrior of Genji entrusted with our most prized sword, the Hichikiri, escorting Special Agent Watanabe no Tsuna. Hola, what's up? What are you doing? Alright, section 2, Heian Warrior. Oh boy. Alright, so I have to defeat Lily Medea. Priority. Well, I can actually do that. Where the fuck is it? I am the head of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings, guardians of the capital. I am the warrior of Genji entrusted with our most prized sword, the Hijikiri, escorting Special Agent Watanabe no Tsuna. One of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings. Just like Kentucky.
Indeed, an unparalleled slayer of beast. So then, that magnificent blade he carries must be the Onikiri Yasutsuna from the Hoki province. Question now is he friend or foe? He may have slain the beast that was threatening our lives, but something inside me, something that is not a part of my circuitry, is screaming at me no to let down my guard. I cannot ignore this feeling. I must be prepared to fight at a moment's notice to keep Master safe.
Caster.
Yes, Lord Tsuna?
Medea?
You were right, Master. We are facing a 7. I'm certain of it.
I see. Well, that is a cruel twist of fate. Forgive me, foreign boy, despite having just saved your life. I now have no choice but to take it, in accordance with the rules of the Imperial Holy Grail War. For Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga's word is as absolute as edict from the heavens themselves. Fujiwara no Michinaga? Now, face me, Caster! Caster?
Master, get behind me, now!
Well. So, you have chosen to get between me and my target. Your peculiar motions are surprisingly quick.
His sword strokes me are too fast for me to follow. And what's more, they are frighteningly strong. I can feel my limbs groaning under the strain. Even as a servant, I am no match for his mastery of the blade. So this is ahead of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings. But why would one of 4 Heavenly Kings attack us? And why is a servant accompanying him? I don't know, but right now, with neither Lady Mash nor Lord Kotaro here to help, it falls to me to keep Master safe, no matter what!
Oh shit, I forgot, I
よ
muted
しお嬢さん少し本気出しちゃうか。
おっと危ないからみん
運命をか
な離れて
けた戦いであれば熱を帯びなさい。運命をかけた戦いであればやだな。今のうちにやだな。へいへい、お嬢さんも真の力が目覚める。
そいつはありこうそ
まとめてぶっ飛ばす。イエーイ、ピースピース。
いやいや本気で頼むよ。
甘かった龍が如くはぁ行
だよ
け行くぞ。
終わりだ。
Alright, next one. Donzo!
I'm alright.
Please be careful, Lord Tsuna. There's no telling what sort of trick a servant may have up their sleeves.
Thank you, Caster. That aside, I assumed you were a warrior from a far-off land I know nothing about. And yet, you are surprisingly weak. Or are you merely holding back, so as not to kill or injure me? Ha! If that is the case, then you must take me for a fool.
He's so strong. Even as a servant, I cannot see a way to defeat him. Despite being a flesh and blood human with a servant of his own at his command, he has still chosen to fight this battle almost entirely on his own. Even though the heroic spirit accompanying him could easily block all manner of mystic physical attacks, he relies on her for nothing but support. So this is how a Heian warrior fights. We have no reason to fight you, but you do not seem to feel the same.
Don't be ridiculous. As masters, there is but one path open to us. As per the Lord Fujiwara's decree, the city of Kyo is now the field upon which we must do battle. There is nothing more to say.
This aura, he truly means to kill us. There does not seem to be anything I can say that would stop him, which means there is only one option left, though it would not be an easy one.
Here I come.
If we hope to see another day, we will just have to run for it. Forgive me! Master!
Grab Danzo's hand.
Come on! Master! Over here! The smoke may be poisonous. Hold on. I'm going to cast a spell that will neutralize it and let you breathe more easily.
Don't bother. This is only an ordinary smoke screen, not a poisonous one.
Lord Suna, stop! It's not safe!
Don't you get it, Caster? That warrior was clearly trying to keep the boys safe. And she could not possibly do that if the gas were poisonous. From the sound of it, they've already covered a great deal of ground.
Shall we go after them?
Of course. Come, let's go.
My apologies, Master, but this is an emergency. I hope you can forgive me for carrying you in my arms while we make our escape. Ordinarily, I would do so by leaping great distances rather than running. But I am afraid my body is still not functioning at optimum levels.
Danzo, your injury.
Do not worry about me. A few scratches like this are not. I am so sorry. It seems my long-distance running in 1,000 litres per second traversal mechanism would more damage than I realized. I suppose I should have expected no less from the famed Watanabe no Tsuna.
Here, Danzo, lean on me. Let's try to put as much distance between him and us as we can. A piggyback ride, huh?
Alright, Master. Thank you. Master, it won't be long before Lord Watanabe no Tsuna catches up with us. When he does, I want you to let me make amends for this horrific failure. I will do whatever it takes to delay him and give you an opportunity to escape, even if it should cost me my life. So I want you to hold onto my right hand. Its mechanisms may be silent now, but it contains a communication device with greater range and fidelity than yours. If you use it to contact Chaldea.
I'm not leaving you behind.
Master?
It's too early to give up.
Master.
Hey, you two got a moment?
What?
So, I had a little too much to drink tonight, so I decided to take a walk, get some night air. And the next thing I know, I wake up sprawled out in some back alley. So then I heard you two whispering, and the lady here sounded real worried about something. Maybe not on the verge of tears or anything, but whatever's on your mind, lady, it seems pretty serious. You in trouble or something? Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Not gonna lie, I can be pretty dense. So if you don't want to deal with that, just let me know and I'll get out of your hair. But if I ain't got it all mixed up, and you really do need help, all you gotta do is ask. One word, and I'll hop to and bail you out. Whatever it is that's bothering you, I'll take care of it. I sure ain't about to make injured villagers fend for themselves. So, how about it? You two on the run from monsters or bandits or something? Where's your house? Is it close by?
Golden Hair, are you perhaps
Golden? Huh? What are you talking about? Golden? Golden? Nah, that ain't right. Wait, it is! Golden! That's it! I like the sound of that. Something about that word just sounds. Yeah! Awesome! Golden! I love it! Wait. Oh man. I didn't realize how badly injured you were. What happened to you guys? You run into Tsuchigumo or something?
well?
Close. A Tsuchigumo did attack them, but it is not what inflicted those wounds. I did. Just a graze with Hichikiri. Watanabe no Tsuna.
Curses! He already caught up to us.
Huh. So that's how it is. Interesting. Kentucky. Move aside. You're in my way. My business here is with the woman and boy, not you. That right? Kentucky. I don't know if you noticed, Brother Tsuna, but it's the middle of the night. I know I couldn't live with myself if I didn't make sure these two got home safe. So that's just what I was about to do. Whatever business you got with them can wait. Got it?
Lord Kentucky? He really does mean to protect us, even though we have yet to tell him a single thing about ourselves. He made his decision in an instant, without any hesitation. So this is Lord Sakata Kentucky of Ashigawa, one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings.
Stand down, Kentucky. I would prefer to avoid anything that might cause Lady Raiko grief. Ha! Big talk! Even for the head of the 4 heavenly kings! Kentucky. You know, I got nothing but respect for you, Brother Tsuna. But that doesn't mean anything you say goes. Now why don't ya fill me in? Cause I don't get it. Granted, since I came down from Mountain Ashigawa, there's been a whole lot of things that were clear as mud to me. But no matter how I try, I can't understand why the undisputed strongest Heian warrior will be going after women and children. I shouldn't even have to be telling you this, Brother Tsuna. But we're supposed to keep women and children safe, not cut off their heads. I see. You do make a good point. However, none of them is young enough that I would call them children. That really what you think, Brother Tsuna? Cause it sure don't look that way to me. Hell, that boy with the black hair is definitely still just a kid. Most kids his age probably be bawling their eyes out if they were lost in the middle of the night. But not this kid. He's been holding back his tears and refusing to give in to his fears as he looks for a way home. He might be lost, but he's still got guts. At least that's the feeling I get from him. How about you, brother? You sure you don't feel the same? I'm glad to see nothing ever gets you down, Kentucky. But the Imperial Holy Grail War requires that I do this. Now, stand aside. Imperial? Holy Grail War? No. I said, stand back. And I said no! Then you leave me no choice. Bring it on, ya bastard!
Alright, this. Alright, torture. Alright, here goes. I have to focus. against Watanabe no Tsuna. Either just like can go away or something like shit. They were just distraction.
エンジョイ&エキサイなんでもありません。頑張りましょう。白兵戦今のうちに準備白兵戦行きます。戦いですか。やだな。白兵戦行きます。頑張ってね。こちらですね。
Nah.
とっておきのクルーズをもちろん行きましょう。さあ行きますよ。聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届けです。ホップステップグレートオーシャンでオセアンダレグレス。せーの。あいた。もちろんとって眩しいですよ。さあ行きますよ。聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届けです。ホップステップグレートオーシャンでオセアンダレグレス。せーの。
切る。
Oh boy. I fucking hate this damage cut stackable. This is not good.
内緒ですよ。何のみんな一息入れましょう。あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。さあ行きますよ。聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届けです。ホップステップグレートオーシャンでオセアンダレグレス。それ。
Ooh, barely there.
混合子大混合輪下磁子内磁子下爆内爆試験日輪音量大江山
もうやだ。
五大鬼殺甘い。
Ah, damn. This stupid fuck.
負けないぞ。一息入れましょう。ここでまっすぐ。さあ行きますよ。聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届けです。ホップステップグレートオーシャンでオセアンダレグレス。
It's not gonna be enough. No, of course not.
それ。
Of course, a damage cut.
魔性をほぐる。
Are you? God. One turn. Fucking kidding me?
望まれることをもちろん望まれたように。あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。ここでまっすぐ。それ。
混合子大混合輪下磁子内磁子下爆内爆試験日輪音量大江山
もうやだ。
五大鬼殺。
There's no damage cut. Okay, good. Get out, you fuck. Stupid damage cut.
戦いですか。戦いですか。頑張ってね。こちらですね。眩しいですよ。さあ行きますよ。聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届けです。ホップステップグレートオーシャンでオセアンダレグレス。
逃げる。悪く思うな。
Wait, I didn't kill that last
あり
one.
がとうございます。皆さんのおかげです。
Never mind the Okay. Never mind the Shikigami skeletons, Caster. They're only getting in my way.
They're dragon-tooth warriors. But anyway, if I do that,
Don't bother. they won't be of any help against Kentucky. Hurrah! Ha! Well, that's something. Never would have thought a lone wolf like you sent a bunch of skeletons to do his dirty work. Not that they're gonna be much help against. Whoa! Phew, that was close. Well, not so much as a scratch. Even after taking a direct blow from Hichikiri, I knew you had talent. Ha! Damn!
I can see why Lord Kentucky was one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings. Even up against a warrior as strong as Lord Suna, he refuses to back down. However, Lord Suna is still...
Fun though it is to spar with you, Kentucky. I am not about to spend all night needlessly fighting one of my fellow 4 heavenly kings. Especially since you are not a master yourself. Ha! Yeah! Since there are 2 casters present here, I need bring back only 1 head as proof.
Lord Suna's sights are not set on Lord Kentucky. And they are not currently set on me either. So then, he must be after... Master!
Oh crap! Danzo, change into your spirit form.
Understood.
What? Huh? Did she just disappear? No, it is not. The boy told her to use her spirit form. Which must mean... Caster!
Yes, Lord Suna. He is definitely a 7.
So you meant the puppet, rather than the boy. I see. So I have not been tricked so much as I was simply ignorant.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more specific. You're right. The 7 signal came from the woman with the long black hair who just vanished. Not that boy with the black hair.
I see.
Also, while we're on the subject, I don't think the woman is a caster. Given the way she carried herself, I would bet she's an assassin.
What? You mean there are other kinds of servants besides casters?
Lord Suna?
No, it's alright. I shouldn't have been so quick to jump to conclusions. I just assumed this boy here was a caster based on their highly unusual clothing, and the fact that I thought I saw him use some form of sorcery. It just goes to show I have much to learn. Kentucky. I don't get it. How the hell did that injured lady disappear like that? Oh, sorry brother. What's that? Since there do not seem to be any caster here whose heads I can take, I will step aside for now. Go ahead and take that boy wherever you like. But know this. The next time we meet, I will have you show me your left hand. And if by chance, I should happen to see those glowing red marks upon it. Yeah? What you gonna do, brother? Put you to the sword, of course. Ha! So you're finally gonna come at me without holding anything back, huh? Well, that'll be something. In that case, brother Tsuna, I can't wait to see what you got. Let's go, caster.
Right.
Phew! He is gone now, right? He sure is. I knew it! Man, that was nuts. Going up against Suna's crazy skills, even if he was holding back. But you guys did that and managed to make it out not just with your head still attached, but all your limbs too. That's the sort of thing people be talking about for ages if they seen it. You ought to be proud. I knew I could count on you in the Heian period too, Kentucky. Huh?
You were like the one of those morphing heroes. Morph? Ah! Where'd you come from? Man, so you can just disappear and reappear out of nowhere, huh?
What Lord Soapboss here is trying to say, Lord Sakata Kintoki, is that you are a good person who always tried to do the right thing.
Oh? Someone who always tried to do the right thing, huh? Me? You think? Cause I don't got any idea what's right and what's wrong. Hell, if you do, I'd love it if you told me. Far as I'm concerned, I was just helping out a kid who lost his way. I wasn't thinking about it any deeper than that. Man, city life is complicated, huh? Especially now. What's with the Imperial Holy Grail War going on?
Alright. Bokujo Street. Shit, I didn't read the title. Oh. A chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. This astounding ritual devised by the great Lord Abeno Saimei is without peer in all of history. Its name, the Imperial Holy Grail War. By your grace, O Fujiwara no Michinaga, Minister of the Left, with my own Amnyo techniques, and the assistance of the Amnyo Bureau, this ritual can begin today. 7 caster heroic spirits will be summoned here from distant lands, where 7 of our fair city's fiercest warriors shall be chosen as these casters' masters. All you have to do, Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga, is promise the servant and master pair to emerge victorious will be showered with riches and granted any wish their hearts desire. And all 7 teams will fight without restraint or hesitation. And that's not even the best part. By sacrificing the casters' lives, the city of Kyo's defenses will be strengthened 100-fold, leading to 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Truly an astounding feat. Truly a miraculous prospect. It is all right here in Lord Saimei's letter. As I said before, O Minister of the Left, a chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. I see. And you say the only lives that will be sacrificed will be these casters from foreign lands. Indeed. The idea of sacrificing the lives of Capital's guardians for a mere ritual would be a height of folly. But if only the lives of distant foreigners are at stake, that is no matter for concern at all. In that case, the Imperial Holy Grail War must begin at once. Consider this the word of the Emperor himself. My Heian-kyo will be known for generations at 1,000 years capital. And that is what happened just a few days ago. It is said Fujiwara no Michinaga appeared to be in truly high spirits. A Holy Grail War? That's what I heard. Wait, you know what a Holy Grail War is? I should have known. Why is that?
I am afraid I do not understand either. But at least Lord Kentucky seems convinced.
Whoa, so your wounds are all closed up already? That's amazing.
I simply used my self-repair function. Of course, Master's healing spells were a great help as well.
You're still not at 100% though, are ya? Try to take it easy for a while, you hear?
Right, thank you.
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, the Imperial Holy Grail War. It's been about 7 days or so since the Imperial Palace started this ritual thing in secret, and so far, 2 of the 7 heroic spirits summoned here have been killed. Not only that, their masters were the other 2 members of the 4 Heavenly Kings.
You mean Gatekeeper Yusui Sadamitsu and Inspector Urabe no Suitake?
Damn! You really know your stuff, don't ya? Yup, it was Brother Yusui and Uncle Urabe. Anyway, not only did they lose their heroic spirits, they got pretty banged up themselves. The doc says they'll be fine, but they'll need some Arima hot spring therapy for a while. Anyway, the master who managed to kill those 2 heroic spirits was Brother Tsuna.
Watanabe no Tsuna.
That's right. Tsuna's about as strong as they come. Even our boss, Lady Raiko, the current leader of the Genji, said he was the single most powerful warrior in the entire human world. Of course, that hasn't stopped him from claiming the only opponents he's comfortable with are monsters and such.
The most powerful warrior in the human world.
This might be a little different when you start including non-humans. But even so, there's a reason Raiko said that. I mean, you saw him for yourselves, right?
Yes.
That we did.
The way things are going now, Tsuna's the clear favorite to win the whole Imperial Holy Grail War.
Master?
Yeah, this Holy Grail War has to be Limbo's trap.
I agree. After all, while it could be that this Imperial Holy Grail War is simply a variant of the traditional Holy Grail War, it is odd that there was no mention whatsoever of the Holy Grail in question. That is far too big an error to merely be an oversight. So the much more likely explanation is that this is Limbo's trap.
Limbo? What's that?
Oh, yes. Allow me to explain. Caster of Limbo, also known as the Alter Ego Limbo, is an irredeemably evil monk that...
Blah 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 blah.
Now I gotcha. And you 2 are trying to nail this creep to the wall, huh?
That's right. We suspect Limbo's true name is Ashia Druman, the Onmyoji.
You don't say.
The details of Druman's death have never been made clear in human history. So it is entirely possible that he could still be alive in 1008, the 5th year of Kanko. We do not yet know what connection, if any, Limbo may have to the living, breathing Doman. But this Grail War itself would almost certainly be his work, no?
But wasn't the whole thing Abe no Saime's idea?
Yeah, that's right. Lord Saime's the guy who originally came up with this Imperial Holy Grail War thing. But there's some room for doubt on that.
Is there now? In our circles, it is generally believed that Lord Seimei passed away in the 2nd year of Kanko, but...
Ha! Is that so? Yeah, Lord Seimei might look young, but he's actually pretty old. There's been rumors for a long time that he's actually the 2nd or even 3rd to bear the name, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if that got passed down to future generations. But anyway, I think it was about a month ago when Lord Seimei disappeared to knows where. We only learned about this Imperial Holy Grail War from the letter he sent.
That does sound suspicious.
Right? Boss Raiko tried to tell the Minister of the Left that we shouldn't be so quick to trust something we know nothing about. But that rat bastard, his Imperial Magistrate, just laughed and said a few foreign casters' lives were a small price to pay for 1,000 years of peace. And that ain't all. The guy who's basically running the whole Onmyo Bureau in Lord Seimei's absence is Lord Ashia Doman. That's crazy suspicious. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, part of that's cause of what you told me about this Limbo guy. But it's also cause, well, Lord Doman's always been something of a schemer. Though I guess you could say the same about the Minister of the Left and Lord Seimei, too.
I see.
Sure are a lot of schemers here, it sounds like. Anyway, well, far as I know, this city is a hotbed of all the worst kind of stuff. Conspiracy, assassinations, curses, you name it. Sure, we ain't never had anything as outright crazy as this Imperial Holy Grail War before. But I've heard stories about plenty of other kinds of spells, good and bad alike. Good people, evil people, they all die by the cartload here. Take just a few steps off the main roads and you're about guaranteed to run into monsters. Or Oni, or Tsuchigumo. And then there's all the manners and bando rebels out in Asuma province who don't give a flying fig about Kyo's authority. So yeah, let's just say that us Heian warriors have got our work cut out for us. Trust me, this city's way scarier than anything I saw on the mountain where I grew up. That might be what this all boils down to, really. The whole reason the Minister of the Left decided to pin all his hopes on this Imperial Holy Grail War to provide Kyo with 1,000 years of peace might be cause there ain't no other chance at peace otherwise. A wish, huh? I guess one thing all the masters taking part in this Imperial Holy Grail War have in common is that they all got some kind of wish they wanted granted. They want granted.
Lord Kentucky, why did you put down your ask?
Okay, I see.
Lord Kentucky, why did you put down your asks? What are you doing with your clap?
Kentucky, your hand.
Command spells?
Oh yeah, that's what these glowing red marks are called, ain't it? Yep, as it turns out, I'm actually one of the Imperial Holy Grail War masters myself. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking you might just be my favorite servant, Sir Frost. Oh boy. That seems to be surprising. What's that sucky sound? Ah, how pleasant. How very pleasant indeed to have one's plan go so swimmingly. A ritual that could not possibly exist in any hypothetical version of human history. The impossible Imperial Holy Grail War. Indeed, this represents the culmination of all the independent research I conducted as a disciple of the Foreign God. So, I do so hope you enjoyed the Pseudo-Parallel World 1. So I do so hope you enjoyed the Pseudo-Parallel World I have created, including all the many personal touches I have added to better suit my tastes. My dear Chaldeans, when all is said and done, the last laugh shall be mine. So please, do enjoy what I have in store for you. Right to the very end.
That's so short.
Okay. Gotcha. Guess I had it all wrong then. I wish I knew what to say. Don't worry about it. It's my fault for getting my own hopes up. I mean, it's still disappointing, but I'll get over it. So you're not a servant after all, huh? Instead, the servant's this lady, and she's more of a scout than a spellcaster. I don't get it.
You do not? Oh. I suppose I just assumed you understood the situation based on what Lord Suna said earlier.
Oh. So that's why Suna let you guys go. I thought it was weird for him to give up on a tiger like that. Now I gotcha. It's all cause you weren't the quarry he was looking for in the first place. That explains a lot? Alright, hang on. If you two don't have anything to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War, then what in the world are you? Blah 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 blah. Alright. The pruning theoretical phenomenon. Lostbelt, ray shifting, and singularities, huh? And basically, you guys are guests from way in the future. Like tomorrow's tomorrow? Well, a long ways past that, really. Man, this stuff's hard to wrap your head around. But that's okay. I believe you, and as far as I can tell, you guys ain't the lying type. Besides, it looks like I was still right about something. You are lost, aren't ya? True, we are. So, you're looking for a way to get home, and you want to find your friends you got separated from, huh? Now we're talking. Don't worry, I have ya back home in a flash. Well, I guess it might not be that easy, but the point is, don't worry. Whatever it takes to get you back to this Chaldea place, I'll figure it out. I'll get you home safe and sound. You have my word. Of course, that goes for you too, servant lady.
Thank you for your help. I am deeply grateful for your kindness.
Don't worry about it. Everyone needs help sometimes, right? Besides, it's not like I've got anywhere to go either.
What do you mean? You are one of Raiko's 4 Heavenly Kings, are you not? And during this time period, Lady Minamoto no Raiko was charged by Minister of the Left Fujiwara no Michinaga with the task of keeping the city of Kyo safe. So as one of her most prized retainers, surely you must also have a house or two of your own? Or perhaps Lady Raiko has put you up in her own house?
Well, how can I put this? It's complicated. Yeah, I am part of a Genji clan, and one of the 4 Heavenly Kings. But I've got my reason for wanting to keep my distance from Raiko right now. Basically, I guess you could say, I kinda ran away? I see. So you don't have anywhere to call home right now either. You got it. Sorry about that. I wish I had a place you could stay. But the only places that put you up on my say-so are ones with ties to the Genji clan. Which means, Brother Suna could show up there at any time, so that obviously ain't gonna work. I've been staying out of his way alright for the past few days, but now that he said he's gonna take a look at my hand the next time he sees me, well... I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Hey now, what are you apologizing for? You were in a bind, so I helped ya. Nothing else to it. These command spell marks on my hand ain't got nothing to do with you. I owe you for helping me. I have to pay you back. So that's how it is, huh? I like it. Alright then, you officially owe me a favor. You know, I'm okay with that kind of hard-headedness. Hell, I even find it endearing. Good thing too, since I'm pretty hard-headed myself. Ha ha.
An ox-drawn carriage? At this hour?
Must be some court noble on their way back home from a poetry reading or something. Come here, you two. Over this way so you don't get in their way.
Right. Huh? The ox cart just stopped in front of us. What is...
Well now, this is a surprise. Do tell, what are a tall, handsome man, a young boy in strange clothing, and a beautiful black-haired woman all doing out here in the dead of night? Are you perhaps looking for a place to stay? Oh, thank you for your concern, Miss Noble. Oh, fucking what lady, whatever. Miss Noble, but you don't have to worry about us. We're part of the Genji clan. Keeping Kyo safe at night is our duty.
I see. The Genji clan, is it? Why so formal, Kaidomaru? Kaidomaru? Come on, get that stick out of your ass!
Huh?
Go on, let your hand down. Not like we don't already know each other. Oh my god. Say Shonagun. So, what's going on? If you need help, Kyoko, might just be able to provide it.
Huh? Whoa! Say, Kyoko, it's you!
Long time no see, Blondie. So, what you doing out here at this time of night, anyway? You looking for someone to help keep your bed warm or something?
I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? What was that about my bed? Is that more of your mainland poetry? I don't get it.
Ha 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 ha! Don't worry about it. I was just saying the first thing that came to mind.
Are you?
Hey now, cut that out. Hasn't anyone ever taught you it's rude to stare?
Say Shonagun?
Oh? Well now, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Did you read a copy of some of my work or something? Bit of a bookworm too? Read anything good lately? I found something recently that is so... Wait, hang on. Have we met before? Maybe back when I was still in the palace? Nah, that can't be it. You have still been a little kid back then.
Really? I wonder how old she actually is then. Well there, Silpas. There's two things you should never discuss with say Kyoko, her age and her name. She's put a lot of work into making herself look young, ya see? Her real age is...
Ha 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 ha! Say!
Ow!
Look, Kentucky. Could you please tell us how you came to know this lady?
Oh, let me see. Well, I can't say exactly which family she's from, but Kyoko's here is a genuine noble. I know you two might not have any business with the palace right now, but if you're gonna be staying around the city, it won't hurt to take this chance to introduce yourselves. As for me, well, back when I was a kid who just couldn't get used to life in a big city, let's just say she helped me out of a few jams.
Yep, that about sums it up. I know I might not look like it, but I actually love helping people out. I see. According to stories told in the Edo period, Lord Kentucky was born several years before Lady Sei Shonakan. But in reality, it seems Lady Sei Shonakan was actually the older of the two. Of course, this would hardly be the first time a heroic spirit did not exactly line up with their real-life counterpart. I mean, in my case, I am a puppet, so... Anyway, what's going on tonight? Oh, does it have anything to do with Lord Michinaga's latest scheme?
If that narrowed it down, considering how many schemes he's always got going on. Nah, I just ran away from home, and I'm still running.
I see. Did something happen back at the main Genji house? Or maybe Lord Mitsunaka demanded Lady Raiko give up her leadership position? If it's gone down how I think it's going down, then Lord Mitsunaka's being a real piece of work. My bet is he wants Lady Raiko to give up our leadership while keeping her in charge of fighting and stuff so he can declare one of his other kids leader and force her to form a branch clan entirely.
What's the main house got to do with me running away? Nah, this is just my own little screw up. I guess I could have left the city altogether, but there's reasons I need to stick around. So I was just trying to think of a place where we could take shelter for the night.
I see. So you need a place that'd be brave enough to take in 3 strange visitors in the middle of the night, huh? Lucky for you, I know just the place.
Whoa, you do?
I sure do.
I'd invite you guys to stay at my place, but 3 new guests all at once would be a little too much for a semi-retired woman like me. Now, come on. Follow me. Let's get moving again, driver.
Yes, ma'am. You get in the carriage with Kyoko, Danzo. Don't want you tripping in the dark and making your injuries worse.
Thank you, but I will stay by Master's side.
It's okay, Danzo. You should ride in the carriage.
But what about...
It's okay. Get as much rest as you can.
Understood. Thank you.
Well, looks like you and me are walking then, Silfrost.
Man, this sure was a heck of a coincidence, running into you guys out here like this. Lucky I did too. These days, not even the main roads are completely safe. Sure can't hurt to have a warrior of Genji around, just in case.
I see. Speaking of Sei Shonagon and the Genji, I believe her brother, Lord Kiyohara no Miuenobu, eventually loses his life to someone from the Genji family. Not that I can say anything about that now.
The main roads are usually pretty safe, but things have been weird even on them the last few days.
The last few days, huh? Whoa there! Looks like Kyoko was telling the truth. Silfrost! There's something dead ahead. I see him. Don't worry, Danzo. You stay put. Me and Silfrost can handle them ourselves. Alright, let's do this.
この身でどれだけ戦えるかは不明だが、
やだな。
考えても仕方ない。
ですから白兵戦行きます。白兵戦行きます。やだな。今のうちに準備
シトラス経由追加援護準備。
That would be easy enough.
制覇。ああ、なるほど。転身開始。彼方への巡礼を。我が身は天の杯を抱えて飛ぶ。邪竜なり万物誘拐赤フィローがアルグリーズ。
ありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげです。
Alright, next one. Is it the same one? Kind of. Alright.
了解。戦闘行動に移行する。
ですから今のうちに準備ですからですから今のうちに準白兵戦行きます。
追加援護準備。
Oop.
聖杯よ。ああ。
負けないぞ。
転身開始。彼方への巡礼を。我が身は天の杯を抱えて飛ぶ邪竜なり万物誘拐赤フィローがアルグリーズ。
Alright. Kodama.
シトラセ経由追加援護準備。了解。ああ。転身開始。彼方への巡礼を。我が身は天の杯を抱えて飛ぶ邪竜なり万物誘拐赤フィローがアルグリーズ。
I got him.
ありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげです。
There! That's the last of him. Nice job. Thanks. You too. Anyone hurt? No? Great. These kinds of battles don't bother me at all, but... What do you mean? Well, it's just... I'm a little unsure about what to do.
Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, we're here. What is this place? Ever heard of the tale of Genji? It's all the rage in Kyo right now. Well, it's Arthur. Murasaki Shikibue lives here.
Oh yeah, she's from this time too, isn't she?
Is Lady Murasaki a friend of yours, Lady Kyoko?
Nah, I never met her.
You haven't?
But I bet anything she's like the graceful noble woman's noble woman. So I'm sure she's the type of girl who'd never abandon anybody in trouble.
Come on, she's gotta be too old to be called a girl by now, right?
Say!
Ow!
Anyway, the point is, we've arrived at Murasaki Shikibu's house. She's a lady in waiting for Empress Shoshi, so when she's not writing stories, she works at the palace. I don't know if I feel right asking someone we've never met before to put us up for the night. In that case, just tell her that Kusa no Iori sends her regards. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm positive she'll know what that means. Alright, my house is over there, so this is where we park. See you guys some other time.
Right, Kyoko. Thanks for the help.
Wait! We just ran into some monsters not too long ago. Is it not dangerous to travel along the main road at night with only a bare minimum of attendants?
Not necessarily. Noble carriages like that always have several Shikigami with them. They might not be able to handle Tsuchigumo, but those are kept out by a battlefield Onyo bureau set up around the main roads anyway. But the carriage Shikigami can handle any smaller monsters that come around, no problem.
Wow, I didn't know Heian security was so thorough. Personally, I just as soon not have to depend on any Onyoji for help. But times being what they are, I can't afford to be picky.
Shikigami. Then, why did you and Master defeat those monsters we encountered earlier?
Oh, that? Well, I was sorta just giving Kyoko a show to thank her for her help.
And I totally enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean you should take too many risks out there, okay? Because if there's one thing I hate, it's people dying young from a little mischief that got out of hand. Alright, I'm really going now. Good night!
Okay, let's go access Lady Murasaki here to put us up.
I'm sorry. I do beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I just don't understand what this is all about. For starters, who in the world is this Kyoko person you mentioned? I recognize you as Lord Sakata Kintoki of the Genji family, of course. I've seen you around Lord Michinaga's mansion a number of times.
That's me! And here I thought we were meeting each other for the first time. Sorry for not recognizing ya from the Minister of the Left's place.
Oh, no, that's quite alright. I mean, what is it that brings you to my house at the hour of the night, Lord Kentucky? Did I make a terrible mistake at a palace or something?
In retrospect, we probably should have expected she'd respond like that.
I agree, Lord Silfrost. Do forgive us for intruding so late.
Don't worry, Lady Murasaki. You didn't do anything wrong.
I only use that name when I'm writing, so... Please, just call me Karuko.
Oh! Okay, got it. Anyway, don't worry. I know Brother Tsuna likes to play at being an officer, but that ain't my thing. We ain't here to bring you in for any wrongdoing at all. Actually, we kinda need your help.
Huh? Come to think of it, Lord Watanabe no Tsuna did appear to be dressed like a police officer. And yet, as far as my records show, there's no mention of him ever actually serving as such.
Huh? Really? So that's how things are in the future. You don't have exact records of anything and everything, eh? See? Tsuna's not exactly a typical, proper officer. When he was first ordered to protect the city, he said it was only right for him to learn how to be an officer too. He went to the bureau on his own and asked them to make him one. He's nothing if not responsible, that's for sure.
Huh? Records? Lord Tsuna?
Karuko.
Yes?
Kusano Iori said to give you her regards.
Kusano Iori. Kusano Iori? Then that must mean it. I see. Lady Sei Shonakan sent that message, did she? Even though I've never met her in the palace, or even so much as spoken to her. I see. Very well. I suppose it would be rude of me to turn away guests on such a cold night. Alright, I'll have a room made up for you. Well, 2 rooms since you have a woman accompanying. Oh no, that's quite alright. Please pay me no mind. It is my duty to keep my master safe first and foremost, after all. So I will ask that you let us all share a room, if that is alright.
Yup, we'd prefer just one room, please. Huh? Yeah, I guess so. That probably is for the best, given the circumstances.
I see. Very well. I'll convey your wishes to the servants. Are you truly certain about this? We are. Please, pay it no mind. I see. Very well then. You're very, open-minded, aren't you? And free-spirited, judging from your manner of dress.
Phew, it's good to finally take a load off. I'll have to make this up to Kyoko somehow. And to Lady Karuko, of course.
Master, Lord Silfrost, we have been fighting a great deal from the moment we ray-shifted here. So please, get some rest. I will focus on doing the same.
You better. I don't want you pushing yourself anymore until you're recovered.
You are too kind, Master. Rest assured, I will be back to peak condition by tomorrow morning. And most importantly, I can finally begin following our original initiatory.
Whoa, the servants even laid out shit tone. Shit tone for us. That's real considerate of them.
Chitone. That's a kind of mat used for sleeping, correct?
And they gave us hot water too. This is a real nice change of pace after several days spent camping out. Plus, if I stayed out there, it'd probably just be a matter of time till Raiko found me and gave me a good scolding. I can almost hear her telling me, "You're no longer on the mountain where you grew up, Kentucky." Makes me nervous just thinking about it. I was kind of hoping we could get Raiko to help us too. Get Raiko to help us, huh? True, Raiko definitely be willing to believe all the crazy stuff you've told me. She's a lot more open-minded than most warriors, that's for sure. But, now's not a good time. See, Boss Raiko hasn't really been herself lately. She's been holding up in her house since the Imperial Holy Grail War started. And she didn't even come out when she heard that both brother Yusui and Uncle Yuabe had been injured. I don't know if she's just broken up about the idea of her fellow Genji fighting among themselves, or if she's one of the masters too. Senpai! Master! Ah! What the? Are those ghosts? No, wait. That ain't it. Aha! I think I've seen this kind of thing somewhere before. This some kind of sorcery or Anyo spell of yours?
You mean someone developed a method of video transmission even in Heian period? But never mind that now. Master, in accordance with our original plan, I've activated my full functionality. And I have just succeeded at establishing contact with Novum Chaldea.
That's great. Way to go, Danzo.
You are too kind, Master.
Novum Chaldea? So this must be that place way off beyond tomorrow's tomorrow. Damn, this is really something.
Good. The video connection is holding steady. 2. I can see you, Danzo, and... Oh! Is that... the Sakata Kintoki of Heian-kyo?
Thank goodness you're both okay. And I see you've already managed to secure help from one of our locals.
Help from one of the locals, okay.
I'm so glad you're both okay too.
We are. I'm so glad you're okay too, Senpai. I mean, the fragment of Shiba and the round shield. Or rather, the observation lens Shiba signal was still strong, so I knew on a rational level that you were okay, but still.
They're both saying the same thing. Aha! That's it! Maybe they're siblings? Well, they don't look alike, but... whatever.
Does something interfere with the ray shift?
We believe so. And Lady Sion's calculation says that's the most likely explanation as well. Both Lady Mash and I were unable to ray shift there, and instead were left behind here at Novum Chaldea. We quickly tried to ray shift again, of course, but it failed in the same way.
It appears to be an advanced jamming method that bypasses every anti-interference safeguard we have in place. We're looking into a way around it, but we still have yet to come up with anything. I'm so sorry, Master.
It's nothing you guys need to apologize for.
I'm glad to see you're safe, but the situation isn't great. The reason you and Kato Danzo were the only two to ray shift there successfully is that whoever was interfering with it considers you two special cases. In other words, you're basically welcome guest.
I see. So nobody besides us is welcome here. But who could be the one inviting us? I'm sorry, that was foolish of me.
This has Limbo written all over it.
Yes, I agree. That is almost certainly the case.
Sorry to butt in, but there's a lot of things I'm not getting here, and one thing I want to make sure of. So the companions you guys thought you came here with are back at this Chaldea place, yeah? That's right. That right? Uh-huh. Got it. That's great news. This means we don't have to run around searching Kyo for them. Right?
Yes, that's true. I feel as though we may be saying the same thing in different ways. But yes, this does mean we have achieved one of our goals, though without acting. Actually, make that two, since we also managed to find a local willing to help us. And that just leaves
investigating and repairing this singularity.
Right.
That puts us in a much better spot now than we were in right after our race show.
Indeed it does. Now we can finally begin the operation in earnest.
There you go! That's the spirit!
I start choking from having your back slapped. Getting knocked to the floor from having your back slapped. Okay. Are you okay, Senpai? Kentucky, do you think you could pull your pun, slaps a little more next time?
Oh, sure. Sorry about that. So hey, you there, the tiny pretty one. What's your deal? You're not just an ordinary kid, right? I'm sensing something powerful from you. You're an Amnyoji? A sage? Maybe some kind of Tengu? Not that I know if they even got those in your time.
Was the tiny part really necessary? Oh well, I can roll with it. I can't deny that I look pretty young in this form. Anyway, I'm Leonardo da Vinci, friend of Sopras and unparalleled genius.
Damn, so you're an honest-to-goodness prodigy, huh? That's real impressive. I'm Sakata Kintoki, Genji warrior. Nice to meet ya.
And I'm Sherlock Holmes. It's a pleasure, Sakata Kintoki.
Oh, looks like we got yet another new guy here. And there's something about this one that reminds me of Lord Seimei. Man, Choda must be a hell of a place.
Alright, here is the situation as we understand it. We believe that both Sopras and Kato Danzo were explicitly invited to the city of Heian-kyo in the year 1008. Invited by whom, you may ask? Limbo, naturally. While it was an unfortunate surprise to learn that Mash Kira and Fuma Kotaru were unable to accompany you on your race shift, everything else has unfolded just as we predicted it. Limbo has gone out of his way to create a new singularity, a black mark on human history. His targets are almost certainly you, Sopras, for having been an obstruction to his plans so many times, and Kato Danzo, with whom he has history of sorts. I doubt his plan here is to achieve final victory. Rather, his goal is likely to simply be toying with you on his home ground. Nothing more. Now that he has cut you off from any aid and seems focused on boxing you both in on all sides, he has clearly foregone any pretense of strategy in favor of indulging his proclivities, foul and steep in death and pain as they are. And that is all there is to say. I suspected he may have someone helping him before you two race shifted there. But I am at this stage absolutely certain no such collaborator exists. Limbo is the one behind this, and he is acting entirely on his own.
Are you still not quite recovered, Holmes?
I may not be back at 100% just yet, but for something this obvious, I assure you I'm more than equal to the task.
I mean, it doesn't get more obvious than the bad guy outright signing their work. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting to see a bunch of letters in the logs for Mash and Kotaru's failed race shifts.
Letters?
That's right, the letters. C-O-U-M-A-N. Very subtle, Doman. Subtle, okay.
So what? This guy put his name in as some kind of message?
Indeed, this is clearly Doman telling us he is the one behind all this.
If that's supposed to be some kind of joke, it ain't funny. So basically, whoever this guy is, Limbo or Lord Ashiya Doman or whoever, he's outright daring you guys to come after him. Ha! The guy's gotta be a real piece of work to straight up sign his name like that.
Indeed. That said, I still do not understand. If Limbo's goal is to seek revenge on us, then what is the point of this Imperial Holy Grail War ritual?
An Imperial Holy Grail War?
I've not heard that term before. Tell us everything you know.
Blah 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 blah. Really? So the only servants being summoned are casters. That's certainly a decision. It sounds like he's taking the whole Holy War. It sounds like he's taking the whole Holy Grail War concept of summoning heroic spirits and downsized it or something. But if you did it like that, then this Holy Grail's capacity for granting wishes couldn't possibly be
omnipotent? No, it certainly couldn't. Which means the part about the winner having a wish granted must be a lie. In which case, what if the Grail was restricted to a single function only?
I think that could work. The idea of using a heroic spear of souls as an incredible source of magical energy has been around since long before Holy Grail wars were even a thing. If you just wanted to use them as a power source for a single goal, it wouldn't matter how unbalanced that source ended up being. I think. Yeah, it could definitely work.
Well, if our resident Yumo Universal says it would work, I, for one, am inclined to believe her. Then, if we assume that this Imperial Holy Grail War is designed with a single purpose in mind, the next question to ask would quite naturally be, what is that purpose? Personally, I suspect it is to transform the very world itself.
Do you mean as in to change the world in whatever way the wisher desires? Is there a particular reason you think that?
Naturally. Think back to the events of Shimosa. A great ritual was held there that involved the deaths of countless human souls and several heroic spirits. And as a result, Shimosa became a pseudo-parallel world of sorts, a pseudo-Lostbelt, if you will.
Ah. Okay. That's true. According to our records, Shimosa's Oniredo caster was functionally equivalent to a Lostbelt's Tree of Emptiness. You could even call it a pseudo Tree of Emptiness. So maybe Limbo's planning to use this Imperial Holy Grail War as a means to create something similar, so he can make Heian-kyo into a Lostbelt. But why would he want to do that?
Perhaps he wishes to have a foreign god manifest in the Heian period?
Could that be? But the foreign gods already manifested.
Precisely. Now that the foreign god have manifested in Olympus, they shall have no further need of a vessel. Unless, perhaps as a spare? No. I cannot see any way a transcendent being of that magnitude would require anything like a spare.
And let's not forget, with nothing but caster souls in a mix, the result's not exactly going to be balanced. Like I said before, it's no easy feat to keep the magical energy source for such a massive spell stable. Even if a ritual designed for just a single purpose, any imbalance in the heroic spirit souls used to power it could still cause the whole spell to implode. There must be some trick we're not seeing. Unless maybe the whole thing's just some kind of twisted prank? Huh? Ah, crap. We're losing our connection. Senpai!
Perhaps Limbo finally noticed our connection. Or perhaps he wants to cut us off before we realize something he'd rather we not know. Regardless, Sopras, it is absolutely imperative that you stop this ritual from being completed. If every heroic spirit materialized there is killed, Heian-kyo could be subjected to a new pseudo Tree of Emptiness, just like what happened in Shimosa.
And that would result in two concurrent and existential threats to proper human history. A singularity and a Lostbelt all in one. That's just a possibility for now, not a certainty, but either way, you watch your back out there. We'll continue to try to establish contact until we get through again. So please, keep your comms line open. I'm gonna finish this and make it back safe, I promise. Senpai! Oh my. It seems I got a bit carried away.
Really, Chaldeans, you could at least try to secure your communications a little. As it is now, it had only took a flick of my finger to sever them entirely. Ah, well, in any case, I think that detective explained quite enough of my plan. We do need to save some surprises for later, after all. Now then, Master of Chaldea, my beautiful marionette. From this point onward, we will be engaged in a contest of pure strength. Come and let us compete to see which of us can slaughter the most innocents.
Alright. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to end that stream. I'm gonna take a break for now. So we'll continue for more of these Lostbelt 5.5, Heian-kyo, until I see you guys in the next part of live stream. So peace out, and have a good night.